Hey Phoho fam! Happy Wednesday! This is your CFW Program Manager, Ellen, and welcome to another edition of our Wellness Wednesday Spotlight. So welcome, and today we are going to be highlighting Deskercises and stretches. So exercises that you can do at your desk and also stretches that you can do at your desk. So can you guys believe it? It is already September. Time is just flying. This is crazy. So every Wednesday for the month of September, we're going to continue our Wellness Wednesday Spotlight. Every Wednesday at 1 p.m., we'll be doing our Facebook Live sessions, and we're going to go over different wellness topics for you guys. So that's everything from health education to motivational sessions, nutrition with live cooking demos, but also movement-based information as well. And that's what we'll be doing today. So Deskercises and stretches. So really all you need for today, if you are following along, is to be seated at your desk. So I have my desk set up right here, as you guys can see. So again, welcome to Phoho's Wellness Wednesday Spotlight. Today we are going to be talking about stretches and exercises that you can do right at your desk. And why? Well, because it's really important that we keep moving. You know, it's already September, and we have been in this quarantine for so many months, I have lost track. And you might be feeling like you have fallen out of a routine and that you don't have enough time to do a structured exercise program or class or workout. So if you're feeling that way, like you don't have 20 minutes, you don't have 30 minutes to actually do a workout, there are things that you can do to help improve your health and help boost energy and keep moving. So I want to talk to you today, before we go into our actual movement session, which will be about 10 minutes or so, I want to talk to you about the acronym NEAT, N-E-A-T, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. So basically, those are all the calories that we are burning while doing everything except for exercise, sleeping, and eating. So everything else is considered NEAT, okay? Anything that is not exercise. So that's walking, standing up, moving around, anything like that. And sitting at a desk all day, which is probably what a lot of us do, can lead to obesity, can lead to lots of health and risk factors, decreased cardiovascular endurance, and a lot of different things. So when we're sitting here, it's because we're not really doing much movement. So I'm here to show you how we can do some movement while we are at our desk, okay? And this movement is gonna help boost our energy, it's gonna help overall health, also will decrease that joint pain and aches and stiffness that we might feel from sitting all day. So I'm sure that some of you guys watching are feeling like, yes, that is me, I sit all day. So let's go ahead and get a little bit of movement in. So I'm gonna start with some stretches. And you can just join me right now, sitting in your chair. This again will be about 5-10 minutes, so really short. If you can't make the live session, all of our sessions, we record them. They get saved onto our Facebook page, and we also upload them onto our YouTube channel. So, all right, so let's start with some stretches. Okay, so I'm sitting right here on the edge of my seat. I'm gonna turn around a couple times and show you the side view as well as the front view. So our first stretch is gonna be a little bit more dynamic in nature, meaning that we're gonna add movement to it. We'll do a couple more static stretches in just a minute where we're actually gonna hold that stretch. We wanna start with something more dynamic to get that blood flowing. So look away from your computer screen, okay? I want you to squeeze your shoulder blades together here as you inhale, and then as you exhale, you're gonna slowly roll them forward, sort of draw that navel in towards your spine and tuck your chin into your chest. And we're gonna repeat this a bunch of times. So inhale, we open up through the chest, we squeeze our shoulder blades together, maybe you take your head back, and then exhale. You draw your chin to your chest and you release those shoulders forward. So if you're familiar with yoga, this is sort of like a cat-cow stretch, but in a seated position. So keep going with this movement. I'm just going to show you from the side how this looks. So inhale, we open up through the chest, we sort of arch that spine there, and then exhale. Inhale and exhale. So adding some movement, and your hands just stay right on top of your thighs here, and they slide and move along as your upper body moves. So I'm just gonna come back to the front, and we're gonna do it 2 more times. Oh, we got lots of people watching. Welcome. Inhale and exhale. So really exaggerating this movement. Let's do it 1 more time together. So inhale and then exhale. So this transitions really nicely into our next exercise or stretch, which is going to be shoulder rolls. So as you inhale, bring your shoulders all the way up to your ears, and then exhale down and back. So we're going to do 5 in each direction. We're going to go up and back first. So number 2, take it up, down, and back. So really slow movement, trying to make a full circle, a full roll with those shoulders. We're going to do 2 more in this direction. Ooh, I'm already feeling a little better. And we're gonna do 1 more here. Up and back. So now let's reverse those circles and do 5 in the other direction. And if you're just joining us, we are doing stretches and exercises at the desk. So we'll be here for about 5-ish more minutes. If you can't stay for the whole thing, we will keep this saved onto our page, and we'll also upload it onto our YouTube channel. So you can do this anytime you'd like. Okay, let's go ahead and release. Starting to get a little bit looser. Okay, my favorite one, we're just gonna do a shoulder shrug. So I want you to inhale, bring your shoulders all the way up to your ears, all the way up, big deep breath, and as you exhale, let it go. So an audible sigh, okay? Here we do. I'll go again. Take it up, inhale, and exhale. Just let it go. Let's try 3 more of those. Inhale, shrug, and exhale. Let it all go. 2 more. So bring all that tension you're feeling in your neck and your shoulders, and then exhale, let it go. 1 more time. Inhale, and exhale. Release. All right, just kind of shake it out a little bit here. Okay, so those were some more dynamic stretches, getting the blood flow. Now we're gonna move into a couple static stretches. I want you to interlace your fingers, push them out and away towards you. You're gonna bring them up as you inhale, and then exhale with a sort of tilt to the right. So we're getting into our shoulders, but also into the side body. Now, if this was a little bit uncomfortable for your shoulders, you could take 1 arm down and maybe just reach with 1 arm rather than both. You can also bend your elbow a little bit. So again, listen to your body, work with your range of motion. And if you want a little more, maybe just reach a little bit more. Make sure that you're breathing with these stretches. Let's hold it for about 4 more breaths. Nice deep breaths. And then let's come back up to the center as we inhale, and exhale, let's try that other side. So again, a couple options. Maybe both arms is a little too much, and you just want to try 1. Now, if you have really bad shoulder issues, and maybe you're just sort of reaching over to the side, so if anything overhead is bothersome for your shoulder, you could do sort of a twist. And we are going to get into a twist in just a minute. So we'll try about 2 more breaths right here. And then come back up to the top, inhale, and then exhale, let's draw those hands down. You're gonna make sort of goalpost arms here. Imagine that end zone, okay? In a football field, so you're making that goalpost. Now this might be tricky if you sit and you do this all day, right? But that's the whole point. I want you to squeeze your shoulder blades together and open up through the chest and shoulders. 1 more time. We're in like a cactus, right? And then slowly bring it in and just release. Okay, so we did a lot up here in the neck and the shoulder, which is where most of us tend to hold that tightness. The second area is those hips and lower back, so we're gonna work into that. So our next one, we're going to cross our left knee over our right. And if this is too hard for your hips, you actually don't have to add the cross-legged portion. You could do it without doing that. I have crossed my left leg over, which means I'm gonna turn over my left shoulder. So I'm just sort of holding onto the chair. My opposite hand sort of presses into that knee. Let me show you from the side. I want you to think of sitting up nice and tall first, and then add that rotation, rather than being here and just sort of forcing into that, okay? Because we still want to open up, and lengthen our spine. So we're gonna be here for a couple of seconds. I want you to imagine a piece of string on the top of your head and pulling it up. So hold it right there. Think of really good posture, right? And then when you're ready, you add that little twist, okay? Let's make sure we're breathing. Think of when you're exhaling, maybe finding a little more space in the body. And then slowly come back to the center. Woo! Okay, let's go ahead and switch to the other side. So I'll just come back to face you. So now I have my right leg crossed over, and again, that part is just optional. It just gets into those hips a little bit if you can cross. Remember, we sit nice and tall first, and then we breathe and we start to add in that twist and rotation. So taking a couple of breaths here. So we have one more stretch to do, and then I'm going to show you 4 exercises that you can do at the desk. If you only have, 10 minutes to do something, and then slowly come back. So here's our final stretch. It's a forward fold. We're going to come to the edge of our seat and bring our feet nice and wide. So it doesn't matter how far down you go into the stretch. I just want you to try it, and then once we're down there, we're going to add a little twist as well. So, and lots of ways to modify that for our shoulders. So forward fold, tuck your chin into your chest, and just exactly as it sounds, you are just going to fold forward. So maybe your fingertips reach the floor. Maybe you can press your hands into the floor. I want you to hold that for a couple of breaths. I'll just show you from the side. Maybe today you're just sort of watching these and you'll go through them on your own at a later time. So again, just folding forward, right? So hold on to that stretch. Imagine your head is heavy like a bowling ball, and just let it go there. We're gonna add a twist. We're gonna twist to the right first. So you're here, I'm gonna take a nice big inhale, and as I exhale, I'm gonna reach that right arm up into a twist. Now on this side, I can extend my arm. So shoulder modifications, just take your hand to your hip. So then you don't have to go through that full extension, but you're still engaging that twist, right? You can also start to turn your head a little bit up towards the ceiling. Ooh, I feel this one. And I'm gonna come back to the center, inhale, and now exhale to the left. So notice on this side, I'm much tighter and I can't actually extend my arm straight up. So I'm gonna take that modification and take my hand to my hip, but I'm still encouraging that rotation through my waist and my shoulder. And maybe you're only here, and that's okay, right? Every body is different. There's no judgment here. We are just stretching together. Whew. You should feel your body get a little warmer with this too. Come back to the center, and then we're gonna slowly roll it up, one vertebrae at a time. Your head comes up last, nice and slow, and then we just sort of stretch those legs out. All right, let's come up to standing. 4 exercises for you guys. And the way that we're gonna remember these exercises is the acronym DESK, okay? So I have a deadlift hinge for you, an elevated push-up, a sit to stand, and a knee to chest marching in place. I love little acronym things, so it just makes it more fun, right? Okay, so here we go. For our deadlift hinge, you can do it with your desk or your chair, of course. I want you to set up so you're a couple steps away from your desk, and what you're gonna do is place your hands on the desk, but you're going to sit your hips way back. Let me take this off and show you so you can see a nice flat back here. The key here is hinging. We're hinging at the waist, okay? And you want to find a nice flat back. So my knees are slightly bent and they're right under my hips, okay? So once we're here, we're going to stand up, take our hands down by our side, and then come back into this exercise. So the first part was more of a stretch, and then you're gonna come back up. So hinging forward, and then coming back up. So if that's too much for your arms, maybe you just extend them straight out rather than making that a round circular motion, right? You could also do this. Deadlift hinge. So what we're doing is working into our glutes and hamstrings. So each time you have to touch the desk, that's how you know how low to go. Remember, flat backs. We don't want to be here. Now at first you might be, but I encourage you to really push out through your hips. See that change? And press your heels into the floor. I know I'm wearing flip-flops. I only wear my sneakers when I'm teaching class. Okay, so try to get this movement here. Let's do 2 more. So down, you should feel the back of your legs. 1 more, make sure you're breathing. And then come back up. Okay, excellent. So our next one is that elevated push-up. Make sure your desk is sturdy and that it doesn't slide before you do this, right? So we can start with a wide push-up, so your hands are a little wider than your shoulders. This will be a little less challenging than hands closer in. And again, I'm just demoing these exercises. If you want to go through a full workout, maybe do a set of 10, 3 or 4 rounds of each, or maybe just 1 round if you only have 5 minutes. Okay, so I'm here, I'm gonna walk out, okay, elevated. Now, what I don't wanna do is, see how my back is arched? I want you to tuck your hips under. Woo, pull your abs in and engage your core. Push-up is not just upper body, it's core. So here, tuck your hips, pull those abs in. Imagine you're wearing a tight pair of pants, okay? Now, slowly bend your elbows and lower your chest to your desk. And then push yourself back up. Notice how my body does not move. I keep it stick straight. Inhale, or I should at least. Exhale, yeah, there we go. Neck is long, inhale, and exhale. Now, if that was maybe a little too challenging, you could do it up against the wall, okay? So the more of an angle that you have, right, it's gonna be easier if you're doing it right here. If you lower it down and you come to the floor, it's more of your body that you're pushing up. So just elevate the push-up, the surface that you're pushing up on. A little harder, elbows in, right? More of a tricep push-up. Glue your arms to your side. Woo! I feel my triceps from class yesterday. I'm sore. That's a good thing. 2 more. Sit to stand, this is lower body. So this is going to help with balance, with legs, strengthen your hips, a little bit of everything. So hands can stay here, right at your chest. We're gonna lower down into our seat, and we're gonna come right back up. So our feet are about hip distance, maybe a little bit wider, and really all you're doing is sitting down into your chair. Push into the floor as you lift up. Let me show you from the side. So if you're not sure if you can do a squat because of any knee issues, you absolutely can. And this is it. So the key here is that your hips guide the movement and not your chest. Watch the difference. You guys see that difference? We're not doing that. We want to use our legs. So push back and stand. Okay, last one, knees to chest marching. So holding on to your desk if you need a little extra balance, right? Maybe just 2 fingertips on the desk, and we're just bringing our knees up to our chest. This one's a little more cardio, also a little core. So if you want to make it a little harder, maybe you don't hold on to anything and really challenge your balance from the side. You're keeping your back super straight, okay? So we don't want to be like this. We're going all crazy. So again, you're tucking those hips under and bring it up. Chest is up. Okay, so desk, deadlift, elevated push-up, sit to stand, knee to chest. So let's finish with some deep breathing exercises. Okay? Woo, so I know my heart rate got up just a little bit there. Deep breathing, this is a really important time with all the illness and things that are going on to make sure that our lungs are strong and healthy. So we want to just go over a couple of deep breathing exercises, right? This is also good to sort of recharge your mind. If you've had a really bad day or you're having a really bad week, it's okay to take a break. And maybe you don't know how to do meditation, that's going to be next week. But also there's no right or wrong way to meditate. Sometimes just taking a moment to get away from your screen and just focus on your breathing is all you need and will make a really big difference. So let's start by placing one hand on our chest, one hand on our belly. I encourage you to close your eyes. Start to focus in on your breathing, and as you inhale, feel your chest and belly rise. And as you exhale, feel them collapse a little bit. Feel yourself getting a little bit heavier into the chair, or maybe you're seated on the yoga mat doing this, whatever you'd like. Inhale, chest and belly rise, and exhale. So think of sort of expanding up towards the ceiling as you inhale. So now we're going to practice with our eyes still closed. You're going to count to 5 in your head as you inhale, and you're also going to count to 5 on your exhale. So a little challenge. So inhale, I'll start by counting out loud. So you're going to inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then exhale out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're trying to lengthen our breath. So try that on your own. Inhale, count to 5. Fill up those lungs completely, and then exhale out. 5 counts as well. So we're sort of just training our lungs to be a little more efficient here. One last breathing exercise, and you can do that for as many rounds as you'd like. Place your hands on your rib cage. So now we're going to think of pressing out towards the sides of the room as opposed to up, okay? So inhale, out to the side, expanding that rib cage, and then exhale. Imagine you're sort of stitching that rib cage together, and bring your fingertips closer to one another. Inhale, out to the side, expand, filling up the lungs, right? And then exhale it out. We'll do it one more time together. So inhale, take in all those positive vibes, positive energy, and exhale out anything negative, anything that is holding you back or feeling tight or tense. And then go ahead and open the eyes. All right, so that was about 15 minutes. I went through a lot of different things with you guys, so I really encourage you to take a break today and do these stretches, these exercises, deep breathing. I hope you guys enjoyed this session. It will be saved onto our Facebook page, but also onto our YouTube channel. If you want to do the whole thing again, tune in next Wednesday for our next Wednesday Wellness Spotlight with Kyron. Please comment on here. I'll stay on for another 10-15 seconds. Let me know how it went. Hopefully you're feeling a little bit better. So again, if you don't have a 30-minute or 45-minute time block for an actual structured workout, it doesn't mean that you can't keep moving, right? So you can move while at your desk. You can tap your feet while you're at your desk. You can take walking meetings, so walking around your place during a meeting. You can dance while you're cooking. You can take the stairs instead of the elevator. So there's a lot of ways to keep yourselves moving and active. It doesn't have to be structured exercise. Just keep moving. All right, thank you guys. Have a wonderful Wednesday, and we'll see you next week. Bye.